about the spell we did earlier today. We are gaining favor with a. I see him as Igigi, but I cannot figure out his original name. If you have any information on that, please do comment below. Azazel is known as a scapegoat, and every year they will throw one goat down a bell's tower, I believe. The very word bell coming from the word Baal, the beautiful one, also a title, also another word for Saturn. Azazel is a frequency of Saturn, so it's not necessarily Saturn himself, and most of the angels are angles of Saturn or aspects of Saturn. So your biblical God or your Muslim God are all Saturn, also the ancient god known as ELL, elite, election, electricity. We get this stuff from. Now, Azazel, if he ever was real and if he ever was part of the Igigi, we do know that there is a story that many have faith in that story, that they rebelled, 200 rebelled, and some claim that Samyaza was the leader and some claim that Azazel was the leader. There was a girl named Naomi or something like that. She had a beautiful voice, it was a beautiful woman, and she called out. And Samyaza and Azazel came down and was like, "Who are you? What are you?" And they fell for her. However, this girl was a little devious, and she learned them both. As far as I know, she was the first one. I believe the first humans had very magical powers, especially if you're going to with the Gnostics. They had far more powers than the angels themselves, or at least the archons. The angels, the first angels, did not have free will because they were aspects of God, so they didn't need the will. They just did what they did. This story goes all the way to the top. I'm going to stick to the one below, where we are dealing with Igigi and Marduk being Jupiter. Saturn being, well, the dark sun. It's so complicated, I can't go there. It's a long story. It's stuff I've been reading and researching for 10 years. So, well, this specific, when it comes to Saturn anyway. The thing is, I realized afterwards that when we did the Scorpio read, I got a little, I don't like the wheel of fortune in reverse. Is that very, I don't like it. And since I know how to manifest really without any help, I decided that, well, since we are here, why not get a little help and undo. Then I realized that maybe there was a reason the wheel was in reverse, so something else could enter, like a puzzle piece, and now we fiddled with that puzzle piece. So I'm not sure it was a good thing, like I don't know, whatever I did after. So what we did was putting together a pretty quick spell. That's why I'm known under the we did love categories, right? Labels. And I realized, I'm not a hedge witch, I'm not a cosmic witch, I'm not a star witch, I'm not a moon witch, I'm a chaos magician. Why? Well, because we don't follow any structures. No, we just follow the structures based on our own knowledge, and we take what we have. And that is because you have come so far into being able to manifesting things without any so-called permission slips or crutches. But these small elements like sugar, salt, salt for protection is really good. It's really good. Oh, now I know why my scorpion looked molded. I salted it. Okay. I had many scorpions. 3, 4. We did the spell, and when we are going to do this kind of spell work, usually we're going to do it for members only, because the membership is as cheap as $2 a month. And you will learn about how the different star signs tick. We are now currently on Scorpio, and I will, it's a school. And I'm opening up another school also about everything: tarot, astrology, anything. And in Gnosticism, even literacy, how to use the language, Tompa magic, chaos magic, this magic and that magic. And when it comes to tarot, you will be certified. As now I've worked with tarot for such a long time. I started actually when I was 15, and I forgot that I actually worked a lot with tarot 10 years ago. I forgot that chapter of my life. When I was done with the spell today with regards to Azazel, then someone told me something. Those little voices in the head and stuff like that. Some say that those voices are, when we think, it's actually not thinking, we are listening to thoughts popping. Are you generating that thought? No. Something comes to your mind, doesn't it? So after the spell, first of all, I realized it was black magic. Why? Because it was for personal gain. So what I did with my Wheel of Fortune was I gave it to I gave it to someone else. I gave it away, basically. I gave it to many. I shared my Wheel of Fortune wheel that was granted to us by Azazel if you claim it, if etc., if the spell was successful. There was a lot of interruptions there, as I was also explaining to you why I was doing what I did. And so it was not a really perfect, session, but I can already feel from today that it's nibbling, it's cribbling, it's there. Another reason that it's black magic is because, well, that's another story. That's for high level initiates. But we are not harming anyone. It's just that I realized after, okay, this is a personal game, that the Wheel of Fortune, because I didn't like that, you know. So basically, the spell was to reverse a card that came up reverse. And then I realized maybe it was meant, maybe it's a plan to keep it like that. Then I feel a Azazel, and it sounds so crazy, but I feel actually it's like he's talking to me, and he said, I really appreciate that you are bringing another side to the story. It was like very down to earth human like. But you have to understand that as the being you are capable of manifesting things without going through any planetary energy. What you did today is actually lowering yourself into kindergarten level when you are above that level. So, because the Azazel we are referring to are of a density very similar to this one, although he's, I don't know if he can, you know, there are many levels of us, an oversoul, an oversoul of the oversoul, and a multidimensional being, or versions of ourselves. And so the message was very simple, that we actually, so for those of you who feel you haven't managed or understand how to manifest something without some tiny amplifiers on the side, I do it because it's fun. Then this is cool enough. Like if you want to manifest a car, but the thing is that you can't just use wrong ingredients, and many of us are trying to explain to you that it is simple. It is simple. But Morg, I believe, have a very early video now where he explains something. For me, I think he complicated a little bit. But at the same time, since I know this stuff, I think it was interesting to see it from from his perspective. Abraham Hicks is wonderful, Esther Hicks is wonderful, and when you become a master at this, Neville Goddard. Yeah. So when I had my last awakening, that's when Neville Goddard automatically replaced Esther Hicks. And basically what he said, that the reality you existed is kind of blown out of your pineal gland, third eye. So you are the one who manifests the reality you are in. And that's why I was told also when I went to the bathroom after that, hello there, darling, by the way, you are going through Saturn. And Saturn is, in that sense, the planet that manifests his density. But for someone like me who do not manifest cars or houses directly, I manifest some. I use a technique where I simply focus on the feeling I want to have. And if that feeling resonates with the castle or the car will come. But you need to walk with God, and you need to have full faith in God. And like I said also today, don't invite more than one God group. Like Azazel is a different group from the Hindu gods. We don't know exactly always what we are fiddling with. So, like I said, what if you invite someone, you're turning 50 and someone invites an old friend of you, and she brings your ex, which you hate, and because of that, birthday party becomes a disaster, so maybe, so what I did today by accident also, possibly someone Lord Rosier. And I don't even know if he's an actual deity or if he's a cartoon. But when we give a lot of energy to even cartoons, they turn into energy bodies with a consciousness of their own. So because of certain things happen, it's very possible that some of you might get up in some kind of love drama, or you will get visited by someone, So we use blue, although Azazel is Saturn, so it's black, but Azazel is also knowledge. And therefore he should resonate with Mercury. And that's blue and silver. Knowledge is speech, its communication knowledge is blue. I believe it's also, it depends on what kind of knowledge it is, by the way. I use blue. So anyway, in the end of the day, if you want something greater in life, you learn how to sacrifice something great without hesitation. That means you're generous when you give people tips. You're generous with people who are in the streets and don't have anything. And you don't focus on what you might get in return. When you give, you can put some money in someone's wallet, generous money in someone's wallet, someone you know very well who are broke, without telling them that it was you. Because if you have to tell them that you are the kind person, it's your ego that does it, and it will serve no purpose as much as if you shut up about that you are the anonymous donor. Because you have to care. Because when you are in the unity consciousness, magic is like, this is just, we are playing around, we are playing house. Will the magic work for me? Yes. It's already working. Will it work for those of you who looked? Well, you can claim it, I already gave, like I said, I already gave my wheel away to someone else. It mean a lot to me, but I also gave it. Let's say I just shared all my wheel of fortune. You can pretty much compare it to a prayer to a friend I know needed, to someone very young I know needed, to some animals I know needed. And so the wheel I gained, I gave it away again. And so then it's officially no longer left hand magic. It's no longer for personal gain. I just got sometimes when I do tarot, that's why I don't like to do tarot myself, but as we do Scorpio read, I'm a Scorpio. So when Wheel of Fortune comes in reverse, you're like, oh, let's fix that. And when you realize that, oh, that was selfish, because I was immediately thinking, oh, what's that Wheel of Unfortune? Is it, oh no, like, oh no kind of situation, messed up situation? So instead of doing a badass magic spell on that, you can simply ask for protection towards what that might be, and visualize it, and go in a meditative state and visualize it, and see what, try to see, scry or use tarot cards to see what that means, and so you can be aware of it. And maybe it's so simple that it's because of something you do not see, that Wheel of Unfortune come. I'd say that, okay, that was unlucky, but what is far worse is getting the Tower followed up by death. So I don't know, but a lot of thoughts came to my mind after this spell. However, spell work is fun, and asking for protection or just give to the different frequency, to show gratitude, to be grateful. Gratitude rituals, that's the best kind of rituals I can think about, and to ask for protection for those who love you love, which is everything. Okay, you don't have to love your enemies, but you have to remember they are the ones that make you stronger. So catch on the flip side, and